Hey rebels. Okay, so look at let me make something clear to you. There are people who cannot stand being around you. There are people who hate the fact that when they find out anything about you, that it causes them to examine themselves. This is exactly why there are so many who pick you apart like you're a science project. They want to know how, they want to know why, they want to know is it real? They want to know who you are because everything about you causes them to have to look inward at themselves. Like, really, think about it. There are people out here who are featurely gorgeous. Just the outside of them is gorgeous, right? But the moment that they open up their mouths, you realize how much damage has really been done to them either by others or by choice. And there are also people out here who they have so many things of the earthly materialism. They surround themselves with people who have less than them and who are struggling to manage to meet them where they're at. And that has been their way of staying confident. That has been their way of not feeling it to be necessary to examine themselves or their character. But when you come around, when your name is mentioned, when your presence is had, or should I say, when your presence graced the space, honey, all of a sudden they feel something within themselves that they didn't even realize they were avoiding because no one ever challenged them. And though you didn't quite challenge them by saying, hey, have you ever thought about this about yourself? Have you ever looked at this? Have you ever evaluated that? Just the presence of you, just your energy, causes others, so many others, so many different types of others, to feel something within that they never felt before, coming to the place within themselves that they realize that they're a virgin to the experience of even acknowledgement of themselves. They felt like they had it all put together because everything around them operated as such a, well functioning, manageable machine, even though the machine wasn't producing anything other than them just being able to just be. You and your energy, you as your energy, causes people to realize how much of life they have not truly lived. You as your energy causes others to not even come to terms, spirit. Now, a lot of I'm not no. A lot of them have not even come to terms. Thank you for triggering me, spirit. A lot of them have not even come to terms of understanding what it's about. So therefore, you become enemy number one. Because if anyone else learned how to do what it is that you're doing, if anyone else learned that was their triggering points, that's something about themselves, whatever it may be, that's something about themselves is something that they don't have figured out, that they didn't look at, that they did not think to perceive about themselves, though they were capable of pointing it out and perceiving it of others. The fact that you as your energy is present within their acknowledgement of knowing and awareness that you and an energy like you is out there, it triggers the fuck out of them because it shows them that their life is not as kosher as they have been portraying it to be. It doesn't matter how beautiful someone looks feature presentation wise. It doesn't matter how much someone has earthly materialism wise, because the work on themselves has not been done within. Now, there is this energy and space that wants me to come back to it of a beautiful feature presentation as type of person. It does not matter how beautiful someone is on the outside. This we all know. And even those different types of others, they will say to you that they know the same thing, that it doesn't matter what you look like on the outside, what's on the inside of you, but they fail to examine those parts of themselves. Even there are those who have examined themselves within limitations of their comfort. You know what? I'm going to look at this because everybody else seems to have this issue. But you know what? Okay, I'm going to look at this issue by myself. Okay, that's good enough. And they do not have the courage to dive deeper. Honey, I'm going to tell you, the veil is extremely thin. Okay, you can be a very beautiful person, but who are you within? And when you have someone of a certain feature presentation type of caliber, where they are just breathtakingly gorgeous, it has become a comfort for society to assume, oh, that person has it all put together. Because look at how they look. They don't look like they've been through a struggle. They don't look like they've had any challenges. And that right there is the key to why you see so many people who are beautiful on the outside, but you realize how ugly and crazy they are once they open their mouth, once you step a foot into their world. Because as young children, as adolescents, as adults, and even those elders, people just saw them for what they look like. And that in itself was enough for people to trigger them, for people to bully them without even caring to get to know who they were. Their innocence was damaged. And no, that's not an excuse up to at a certain age, okay? Once they get to a certain age, it's no longer an excuse. They become mean. They become violent. I mean, hell, there are even men out here who have taken women's, what is the word that we're looking for? Form of advocacy for themselves and turned the table to apply it to themselves without even the representation. They see what it is that women have gotten, or the pleas that are being needed attention drawn to it. And so they're like, I want that attention for myself. So what I'm saying is, someone can seem to have it all and at the same time have nothing because of the confusion that they further create within, because of their insecurities, not just of themselves, but their insecurity of what they're able to pull from, engage from society. Now, back to that whole men thing. I had a thought earlier. How interesting is it that men would say that women are more emotional, men are more logical. They say women would weaponize their tears. But have you ever witnessed or been abused by a man? Mentally, physically, spiritually so. You saw that demon, you witnessed that demon, but then you also seen that demon draw back and that person say, what did I do? What did I do wrong? And the oh my goodness, the acting job of confusion that they put themselves in, that they're able to manage for their surface level feature presentation of baby, I'm sorry. What did I do? Tell me why I went wrong. The absent-mindedness of it all. There are legions of demons in so many people. And Spirit is telling me that this is mainly coming from they don't know what they want, nor do they understand who it is that they are or who it is that Spirit has brought them here, that Most High has brought them here to become. They're so, all these people, and I'm not just speaking about me, that was just a general message, but so many of these all people who are out here seemingly enjoying life don't realize that they have not made permanent markers on themselves of who they are to be able to recognize themselves in a crowd, because they are so produced from the development of, in order for me to belong here, I need to be just like everybody else. They have not been produced seeing themselves in the development of being an individual, just as you are, Rebel. So let's go ahead and get into this message. Spirit, put that on my baby. The ancestors. The ancestors are here saying, hello. Hey, the veil is extremely thin. Pay attention to what it is that you think, not of yourself, but the thoughts that you have. Like, for instance, the other day, what was it? The World Cup was happening. And I was watching just for a brief moment because Inside Edition to me now feels like TMC, right? But they were showing how for the World Cup, they let the president, Donald Trump, give, the trophy, the cup to the winning team. And he didn't want to get out of the celebratory picture. He wanted to photobomb it. He wanted to be a part of it. And to me, I was thinking to myself, and somebody can take this idea, someone should do a Where's Waldo type of book with Donald Trump because he does not care whose moment it is. He just want to be a part of it so he could say, hey, yeah, I was there and I helped them win and all this. He wants that energy of the celebration. He wants that energy of the chaos. And then the next day, I was watching a YouTube short. And no, I wasn't watching a YouTube short. I was watching a video. And this woman, she literally played Where's Waldo with her husband, finding out that he was at a concert with someone else. So it's Spirit is saying, just pay attention to the thoughts that you have and how they connect to other things. Now, what they're going to personally mean to you, don't know. But for you and your own spiritual, I heard quest, there's going to be a lot of dots being connected for you that's going to guide you to a certain point of interest. But also check in with your discernment and ask yourself, why is this for you? Why is this message, confirmation, specifically being brought to your attention? Because even though we are all a part of this spiritual community, those of us who gather here to be discerning of the messages, the general messages that are being sent across so many, we are all on our own journey and mission. So let's see what the ancestors want to further say. Ooh, let me put these cards. Oh, baby. Listen, I was going to click off and say, let me put these cards out and I'll be right back. But Spirit is saying, no, keep on going. All right, so we only doing 5. All right, okay, baby. Oh, what's at the bottom? Oh, okay. Spirit is saying continue to stay on your pathway. Because all of these karmics, even the new ones that have entered your life that you are, on the fence about, are they a karmic in your life or not? Now, I'm being told to tell you, just because someone is a karmic in your life does not mean that they are there to do damage. The damage happens when you stay too long, okay? What it is that karmics are in your life to help you reconstruct your life. What is no longer necessary in your life and what you may actually see as value. Now, what I'm meaning by what you may actually see as value is, of course, there was something about the karmics that, let me clear my throat. There was something obviously about the karmics that attracted you to them. Not just them to you, honey. You know about yourself. I ain't got to tell you too much about that. But there was obviously something about the karmics that have come into your life that made you feel a sense of community, that you were already in a space of feeling that, there was some sense of belonging and relatability there, right? So the mission of the karmic, whether they know it or not, is to help you build and reconstruct your discernment to not have such a codependent attachment style of relatability. Because think about it, a lot of your hardships came from you not being able to let go. You feeling that nostalgia of the past and the memories and the experiences that you felt, those memories that have passed, those memories that are no longer in current living existence, was enough to keep someone who your time was up with in your presence. We have to remind ourselves, we need to remind ourselves, rebels, that memories only live in the mind. It is your present, it is the current that tells you everything you need to know about yourself, as well as it tells you everything that you need to know about others. So, the ancestors want you to know, honey, let go of this hoodoo voodoo shit that you've even done on yourself. Of, oh my goodness, I remember that one time we was at Six Flags and we had such a fun time and that was such a lovely day, and I don't know if I ever have a lovely day like that with someone ever again. But then you're living in the present and realize that you're not at Six Flags, and that person don't even like you the way that they liked you that day. And you don't even have to deep dive and examine why that person liked you so much that day, although you may have to, because some of them, it be about the money. They be on that if it ain't about the money type shit. So Spirit is saying, if you are still having conflict with letting go of people due to the memories that you share, I would even say this. There are certain people who showed up in your life when you needed them, when you needed exactly what it was that they were able to assist you with, when you needed exactly what it was that they even serviced you with. But who are they now? Now, this is not to diminish anybody's character, to say, oh well, they can't give me the presence that they give. No, evaluate the whole person. Evaluate their intentions. And as well, evaluate your intentions, because there is a very thin line between heaven and hell. Just in just as an example, there is a very fine line between heaven and hell. So while you're doing so much examination of someone else's intentions, also do an examination of your intentions. Do you keep people around at any point in time only because they are able to give to you, or only because they are able to assist you? Because just like how there are times that you are not able to give assistance or presence to others because you may be going through a drought, or you may be going through a moment of depletion, other people experience it too. But the trick of the trade is caution yourself with the benefit of the doubt, because that shit is dangerous. Thank you, ancestors. All right, so honey, where are you heading? Whatever challenges you've been facing as far as your abundance, and I'm not just saying financial. Okay, clock that. Not just saying financial, but your abundance as far as your energy, your peace. Spirit is telling me that you have been going through hell on a cycle. I saw like a poor man's soup. You have been going through hell on a cycle. It's like you have the peace within yourself, but everything around you has fallen so harshly that it's like a loud chaos. And even with your back turned, you can't avoid it. It's still there. The Spirit is saying, you got to make it through this, honey. You're going to make it through this if you're motivated, willing. Okay? But when they say you got to make it through this, you have to get through all this. These challenges are here to build you, to reconstruct you, as we spoken previously before. To reconstruct you, to let you know when it's time to let go. We're in this place. When I said earlier about the veil being so thin and the veil being lifted, the veil is so thin, honey, you can't tell if it's lifted or if it's just transparent. And I feel it's both. The veil is being very transparent with you about what the hell is going on. There is this energy. Oh, confirmation. There is this energy of traveling that is saying that society's rules are falling. Kind of like that movie. What is it called? London is Falling, or Olympia is Falling. I've been trying to binge watching the heck out of both of them. Such great action effect movies. And things are happening so rapidly, just as those two movies happen, okay? But ultimately what Spirit is saying is that the veil is being so transparent with you right now. The society rules of titles, of family, of relationships are blatantly being put in your face for you to change it. I would say personally in my life as well, I've been going through it, honey. Not part of the reason I don't come to this table unless my energy is clean, okay? Okay. But in regards to one of my children. There is such a behavior coming from one of my children, and if you've been watching my videos, you may know exactly which one. Um, but there is such a behavior coming from one of my children, and I have assisted as his mother, as their mother. I have assisted. I said it. Wow. I have assisted as their mother. I have assisted as a human being who has been through the experiences that that child is going through. But I also have to assist as a spiritual being to say that I can't take on that person's karma. Regardless of my title, regardless of the relationship that was had, I have to look at that person as who they are now and what it is that they need to see destroyed of me in order for them to live in a continued sense of confusion and manipulation and suppression that they are choosing, and also that they may not be choosing. Because as I said before, there is a legion of demons that is out here, that is within people. There's thousands of them attaching on to people. They know what they want in one moment, but in the next moment, it's like how I explained about, guys early, and this is not specifically about guys, but just people. It's that same behavior of them abusing their convenience of their relationship with you. And in the next moment, it's like a light just went off and a light just turned on in their eyes. Was like, what the hell happened? What can you tell me? What did I do? Oh, I don't remember that. That didn't happen. But you saw them physically there. There are so many people out here, literally people. They're not spiritual beings. They're not awakened. They are so asleep within this nightmare that the demons are literally taking turns with them. And Spirit is saying, for you to make it and I know you just entered this new cycle of life, right? You just entered this new cycle, but you were given the warning. We're still in the fire horse here, honey. Did you forget? The momentum is high. There is so much desperation of everything from your past that once had access to you coming at you like that. What is the thing with the multiple heads? I don't know if it's a dog or a dragon, but every time you cut off one head, there's more that grows. It's coming at you at the rate of that. All right? So Spirit is saying you will make it through this so long as you continue to stay centered within yourself, realizing who it is that you are, realizing what it is that you no longer subscribe to, and being able to identify that energy within and on others. You don't need to have them fill out a questionnaire. Honey, you are the questionnaire because you have transferred, you have transitioned, you have alchemized that energy so well that now familiar energies that you've experienced, they identify you by your features. But they're looking for those same woundings within you. And it's frustrating the fuck out of them that they can't find it. So to put it in the earthly terms, there are people who have experienced you being a certain way, along with energies that had easy access to you being a certain way. That when they knew that they wanted to feed off of something or somebody, they knew who to come to, and that certain person was you. And they can't get in. So they are trying even harder. They are trying to bring you back to everything that you were. Their favorite memory of when you lashed out, their favorite memory of when you cried. They're trying to live that experience again. Remember what we said about memories. Memories being a thing of the thought process in your mind. They don't know how to let go of the memories. They have yet to come to the understanding of that memories are only had because the mind allows it. Now, you may remember yourself the same way or in that same circumstances. I'm not going to say the same way, confirmation. Within that same circumstances that they remember you in. But just a lot like two children being brought up in the same household. You experience that memory a different way than the experience and the memory that they're holding on to of you that validates them. They're seeking that form of validation from you again. And honey, it's just like a drug. It's just like a drug because it is a drug. That first hit, you can't never get the experience of that first hit anytime after. And they're chasing after that first hit. That first time that they got high off of your energy. That first time they got to see you lash out. That first time they saw you cry and they were so curious, George, about it. Like, oh my goodness, how did I make that happen? Now they're trying to figure out their own science experiment. How did I get that to happen? Maybe if I do this, they'll do it for me again. Maybe if I do that, then they'll do it for me again. Because, ooh, shit. I remember how good it felt the first time. I didn't know exactly what that was about, but I should have just kept them there. So, yes, they're trying to entrap you. And Spirit is saying, keep going, because this shit is meeting the end. They're going to get exhausted with trying to chase that high from you. Some of them are even going to take a hiatus. Baby, shut up. They're even going to take a hiatus and then try to come back to you years later and hoping that you relax your guardianship over yourself well enough to trust them back in. Right? Spirit is saying that this is your pathway. Ooh, I always splitting the deck. Ooh, okay. All right, confusion. Boss. Okay. Hold on. Health concern, occupation. Okay. All right. I'm gonna put it out how y'all told me to. Yep. Yep. I got one good hand working. Go there. Let me reach on over here. Honey, everything that was just said, I wouldn't even know how the hell we was laying this out. Oh, shit. Okay. So, as was just spoken, honey, I feel that it's self-explanatory, but I'll run through it real quick. Spirit is saying, yes, this is part of your pathway. Baby, Spirit, how many more? Okay. Oh. I was going to say, Spirit, how many more we need to split? Okay. And then we're going to move it. Okay, shut up. They said, just do what we told you to do. Okay, gotcha. I love you. Yeah, so it's causing confusion with people, with these energies, with these legions of demons, that they just don't know who the fuck you are. And Spirit said that's exactly the point. Because had they chose to elevate when they saw that you were trying, and your trying was no longer trying, your trying became doing. And they were not believing you. It wasn't even about trusting you. They did not believe you. Confirmation. They would not be in this occupation. No hazard. I saw the occupation card. They would not be ooh, honey. No, we did not see the occupational card. This cross right here made me, I literally thought when I saw this plus sign, this red cross right here, that it was the occupation card. This is why Spirit is saying their hoodoo voodoo is an occupational hazard to themselves. Now they are out here showing themselves to be the good looking on the outside. They're trying so hard, but it's all coming out. The demons are leaking out of every pore that they have. Not every hole, but every pore that they have. The envy is showing. The jealousy is showing. They can't hide it in their brows anymore. They can't hide it in their eyes. They can't hide it behind their huff and puffs anymore. They just can't. Now, their occupational hazard of themselves has been taken to spiritual court. I don't even know. The veil is transparent. The veil is so transparent. Look at these. Look, listen, think about what I was speaking in regards to the abundance card. And what do we have right here? Destruction. And what the Spirit said, keep going. Because you got to boss up. And this pathway is all about the memories. All about the memories, but what is occurring in the present. And this is why you have so many people who are confused, who are about to be confused, who feel like they're living in an illusion of diffusion and delusion, illusion of diffusion. Yeah, they can't let go. They're being forced to let go. I am seeing the Ace of Swords literally cutting shit off at the wrists and the hands, dying. So much that it's running around like a chicken with its head cut off. Cause what was the hand from Addams Family called? Was a cousin it? Mm. Or was his name Thing? Either which way, it, Thing, that, baby, listen. Let's go ahead and get this right in the middle. Oh, how beautiful. All right, all right. I'm do what I'm told. Do what I'm do what I'm told. Oh, she naked, so we gonna cover up a bit. Oh, yes, yes, honey. Listen, I'm gonna tell you if you ain't never experienced a big O, honey, this is very much so orgasmic energy. Oh, baby, yes. Yeah. Oh shit. Oh my goodness. Oh yes. Oh, who? Okay. Shut the fuck. Mm, mm, mm. Oh, they said, let's get this one right here. Oh, oh, shut up. Keep talking. Okay. This is a big O. Oh, this is a big O energy. Okay. So the moon, with the moon here, with confusion and illusion, honey. The veil is so transparent. I am trying to keep my voice down. Because the way that I would, one day I'm going to talk in regular volume. But this is actually the normal tone of myself. A lot of people on my father's side, we speak very low. Yeah, but honey, I can get loud if I want to. Anyway, so here with the moon, honey, the truths that are being shown. Because I'm looking at this moon and I don't very often get this moon and see the rays of light coming from the moon as if it is the sun as well. They know. They just don't want to tell you that they know because they don't think that you know what it is that they're seeing or what it is that they witness from you. It's like someone who is not confident, not wanting to compliment you because they're hoping that you don't see what it is that they see or what it is that triggers them or what it is their field of experience is with you. This is why they want to hold on to you so tightly because they feel like if they let you any further away from them, that it will speak volumes about them. Why did you move away from such and such? They will ask the rebel. Why don't, hey, do you talk to such and such anymore? Why don't y'all talk anymore? And little do they know you don't even care to tell anybody about the experience. You moving on about. Why relive something even in speech if it plays no relevance to what you are doing now? So you're not the gossiping type of let me tell you what happened and why I left them behind. No, you don't feel the need to explain anything pretty much anymore unless it's necessary to explain. Honey, look, in the spiritual court of law, you will tell your story. Oh shit. Spirit said in the spiritual court of law, you will have your opportunity to expose what needs to be exposed of your win, wise, house, and all those other things. But as far as other people, they want to be so invested on what you're doing, why you're doing it. Why are you doing it? They want to be invested in all that to stop you, to slow you down, and so you can educate their continued miseducation because they're not going to take heed to what you're saying because once again, they don't believe you. So Spirit is saying, don't even waste your time trying to explain what's already known need not be said. If they were really wanting to know what happened, they would do their own research. And some people would say, well, that's why I'm asking you. No, don't ask me anything. Watch how I'm moving. Because not everything is meant to continue. Some things have to just meet their end. Honey. The bell is rung. Class, you moved to a whole nother class. I was going to say classes in session. Spirit said, no, you moved to a whole nother class of dealing with outsiders and them wanting VIP seating of what's going on with you behind the scenes. And let's go ahead and move about. There's a whole lot over there. There's a whole lot of Spirit said moved. Ooh, we finally moved Mr. Karmic Fork Man. I was thinking. Anyway, so here with the Fool, and they gotta find somebody else to feed off on because you are off and about on a new journey. And this journey is a big put down to them this new journey, this new adventure, this new experience. The magnitude of the energy, the rays, the rays. Oh, the rays of awareness that you have, the rays of awareness that you are to yourself, of not needing someone else to validate your experience. Remember the version of yourself where you used to call somebody or you used to talk to somebody and tell them what happened, and you used to be like, was I wrong? So you see the same thing that I see. You don't need that anymore. You don't need that anymore. And that is the beautiful thing about you and your elevation. The fact that you don't need that anymore. The fact that you can trust yourself and your own discernment and continue on without needing to check in with somebody like you needed them to hold guardianship over you. It's what's going to be so beautiful about you being able to continue, honey. Did I tell you this big, I forgot that you was there, Mr. Emperor. Honey. Anyway. It says, spread your wings and fly away to a place that you yearn for. No, I'm not singing. I'm just literally trying to get the rhythm of the song. Baby, whatever it is that you are doing with yourself, trust that you're doing it for a reason, because you know that you are not harming anyone at all. Any harm that they are feeling on to themselves, it's like one of those childish ass games where, someone would, that like, no, Spirit said, nope, not like that. Spirit said, this is like some Beetlejuice type shit, where they're literally taking their own hand and smacking themselves. So the harm that is being done to them is being done to themselves. Spirit said, those people who say that you think that you're better than them, remember, you ain't even got to remember, because you know better. They need to remember that, no, it's not about what you think about yourself. It's about what they think about you that is harming them. It's about the choices that they're choosing to cope with that energy that is doing harm to them. It's like that energy of back in the 90s. Oh my goodness, you pissed me off so bad. Now I need to go smoke a cigarette. Okay, you chose that cigarette. You chose that weed. Just because weed is legal does not mean that you should consume it at the rate that you do, or at all. Just because tobacco is legal does not mean that you should consume it at the rate or the way that you do it all. Hell, alcohol, sex, chocolate. There's a lot of things. Notice how they have legalized drugs, sugar, unnatural sugar at that. Okay, yeah, all of us have our vices. We do. But honey, some choices are more obvious than others. And they're blaming all their obvious choices on you because they don't want other people looking at them as weak. They want to feel like they've been pressured into that space. Though they don't want to even feel that they don't even want the acknowledgement of them being pressured into that space. They just want people to realize that pressure that they feel in that space, in that corner that they chose for themselves, because there's so many other corners in the room. Because if there's a corner in a specific space, then obviously there's a whole space. Okay? They chose that corner due to the comfort, and because they know the dust, they know the stuff that's been swept up under the rug in that specific corner that they know that they can get that validation from. Then it makes sense because there's other wounded energies in that corner, in that same space. So no, it's not labeled depression or internal work needs to be done. It's labeled invisible entities. And we don't know what the fuck we're doing. So therefore, we're going to blame it on everybody who has the courage to go dance and sing and be free in the center of the room, not even sinking the attention. Baby. So here, with the 10 of Wands and the Star over their health concerns of their occupation, baby, you no longer, all these tarot cards that have been laid out, is about you and what is being, did I say the veil is so transparent? You don't even know if it's lifted or if it's just there and you can see through that motherfucker. It doesn't frankly fucking matter, because you're not trying to be on the other side. Then I say also as well, there is a thin line between heaven and hell, baby. That's that veil. And Spirit is showing you everything And if you even stick a finger through that, trying to help somebody else out with what what their karma is, do know that it's going to travel along with you. Remember, the Ace of Swords cut that thing off at the wrist for you. You have put in so much work with yourself that no one should be able to ride your coattail with their laziness, with their audacity, with their, oh, well, remember when we was in the second grade type shit. Even in regards to your children, they got to put in the work. It's not even about at a certain age that they are, legally responsible for themselves. No, every choice, they are creating themselves as an individual. And if things are so bad, they will acknowledge the pain that comes along with those bad things. And they will remove themselves and reconstruct themselves just as you did. Because remember how weak you were. Remember how hard all this shit was. Remember the sights of yourself that you had to see and not be biased about what was being revealed of you. About those limitations that you had to continue to push beyond to be able to get to where it is that you are now, even within. Honey, I can give a damn less about what you look like on the outside or what it is that you got. Because as spoken earlier within this message, looks can be very deceiving to the overall experience. All right? I care about who you are within, not who you can portray that you for a limited time only can be. But who do you carry your life as? Are you vulnerable with the aspects of yourself? And so you can heal those spaces. And so you can at least be on the journey of healing and continuing. Yes, we fall back sometimes, we fall down sometimes. But do you have that pickup energy? I'm going to pick up and I'm going to keep on going. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And this is what's highlighting you. And you got the star and the moon out here. Two harsh energies that others have such a difficulty looking at without comparing themselves. And you only compared yourself for the sake of experience, because we're all here to experience each other, right? But you compared yourself in such a way of, you case studied other people's experience. You didn't judge them. You use other people's experiences as a case study of realizing your choices and your options, and also those spaces in life that had yet to be touched. You didn't need to be the first. You didn't need to be the original, the inventor or the creator. Because, honey, I'm seeing Transformers. You built yourself in such a way that no one can label mate you with one word other than self. It's for rebels. Rebel. Spirit and your ancestors are saying that they are sticking with you. That even in regards to your family, even in regards to the friendships, even in regards to the businesses that you have once been a part of. And this is not business as in just jobs, but the businesses like the shit that you used to do for a living. The aspects of you that you used to recycle of self-abuse, self-inflicted abuse, and external abuse onto others, the manipulation of it all, the business that you weren't used to be a part of. They're going to work through you. And there are going to be many who are not necessarily stuck, but who have realized that they've been stuck in the energy of their memories and their thoughts that's going to remember you. And you will be the encouragement for them to do things differently. Whether they know it or not, it doesn't matter. You put the energy out there to show that the energy exists. So no, they don't need to give you credit. Just the fact that you get to feel that energy change within the world is well enough. It's well enough, and you could applaud that shit. Okay. It says reach out for the help you need when you need it. So Spirit is saying, even though you have done all this reconstructing with yourself, while we grabbing right here, even though you've done all the reconstructing with yourself, they say no that they still there. Ask Spirit, is it for you or is it not? Is there a reason for you to be there? Is there a reason for you to continue? Honey, it's a lot of walking away energy here. Remember, karmics are in your life to help you build your discernment of what it is that's needed and what is not. What it is that you're choosing and what is not. Your detachment style. It's helping you even be discerning about how to safely detach from things without needing to feed somebody's ego, without needing to coddle them or put powder on their bottom, without needing to put that perfect bow tie on it all the time. Bow tie. But I saw a gift. Okay. I'm gonna let you use your own discernment about that. So I said bow tie, but I'm seeing a gift being bold. All right? There it is. So your etiquette, the way you're like, honey, they can have it one or two ways. They can either you can either see it. Spirit said both of you. You and whoever those different types of others are. You can either get this message by it needing to be like that noir, that dark in the night type of energy, or you can see the moon actually in the sky during a bright day. So with you specifically, the illusions and the veil are transparent to you night and day. You see the moon in the sky even during the day. Even when it's not there, you see it because you know it's there. You see the moon in the sky. The moon in the sky being figuratively of the illusions and the transparency of the veil. Even at night. Even in a cloudy sky. Because you know that it's there. So what Spirit is telling me is you know the truth of the matter. Even when they're not outright saying it. Even when they are trying to disguise it. No, this is not meant for you to be paranoid about shit. Because there's nothing paranoid about discernment. So whoever the fuck has been telling you that your discernment is paranoia, fuck them off. Like, fuck them off someplace else. Okay? Far, far away. Give them distance. Gift them the distance. But yes, so your ancestors and your spirit is saying, while you are in reconstruction of yourself, don't feel ashamed at all of asking them, is this for you? Is it not? Because though you have reconstructed your discernment, they understand that there are certain things that's being revealed to you of your past knowings and businesses and dealings that feel familiar, that still have a sense of comfort, a comforting hold on you, that you are really kind of, do I stay or do I go? Talk to your spirit, talk to your ancestors, and as always, talk to the moon, talk to the moon, talk to the moon. Okay, talk to the moon. Because it's gonna be very truthful with you. It's gonna be very bold. Especially in full moons, new moons. Spirits at all phases. They all have their own intentions of the powerful forces of energy that radiates down here onto Earth. So some of you may be needing to do your further research of the moon cycles. Be very useful for you. Spirit said allow the moon to gas you up. Walk in your confidence, be in your esteem. Continue to work present with your vulnerabilities. Okay, so Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, baby. To what we were speaking on earlier, it's gonna take a lot of heart. It's gonna take a lot of mind. It's gonna take a lot of your heart and your mind working with each other to stay present as you work through, as you work while you're going through all this chaos and this destruction that is trying to strip you of your abundance, of your presence that you have constructed of yourself thus far, and that you know is on the other side of these storms. The societal adjustments and the rules of it all. The world is never going to be the same. But that version of the world is going to be as old-fashioned as those who are still struggling so hard and who are becoming so loud in demanding it, the tantrum, the demanding loud tantrum of them, of wanting to keep that resource of how life was for the all and not how it was for them. Spirit is saying, realize those who are being very loud in the tantrum type of demanding of them talking in circles and them not saying anything to come to valid points other than this is what I want and I want it now, and I'm just going to be loud and I'm going to be angry until you give me what the fuck it is that I want, because I don't know how to explain or how to communicate what the fuck it is that I want. I just want you to give it to me. So just give it to me, and I'm going to become mean and I'm going to become bitch and I'm going to become aggressive in order to give you just to give all this shit to you. This anger is yours until you give me what the fuck it is that I want, that I told, that I was promised, that I was entitled to, that I'm used to. And honey, did you hear that? Yeah, I got a channel out of that. Did you get it? You understand? And sometimes it comes quietly as a soft tone of manipulation. Don't you want me to have it? And I would really like it if someone, so Spirit is saying it comes loudly and it comes very softly. Honey, they out here, but you gonna be fine. You gonna be fine. Just continue to dance in the center of the room. Honey, I see a rainbow surrounding you. In your, in your aura. So it's like a rainbow surrounding you, like an egg. And that's your aura right now, because you understand all levels of these principles, the ones that are coming and the ones that are going, and what's present here in the in-between. Baby, Spirit just told me a lot of this is you being the veil that is very transparent in between the heaven and the hell. You qualify for so much more than others are willing to see you at. How the hell is it that how the hell is it that you can snap just like that and then you go back to being peaceful? They think that you're demonic. They really do. But the thing about it is that you are just really someone who understands the exchange of energy, and eventually you're gonna have to get the fuck up off me and the fuck away. And you can say it with a smile on your face. And it scares them. But Spirit said don't pull that card all the time, okay, honey? You gotta keep that as your in your arsenal just a while longer. Alright, so here with the Emperor, honey. What, so you got the Emperor and you got the Boss and endings. You said you may not have started this shit, but you sure the fuck gonna end it. You showed it. It says own your space with confidence. You may not have started this shit, but you sure the fuck gonna end it. Moving right along. So back with this 8 of Cups. Once again, this is the message and the pathway of your journey. Memories and how they affect your capability of seeing someone in the present of the reality of who they are. Stop dealing with people according to what they did for you, what they didn't do. If someone respects you, loves you, care for you, or want to be a part of your life, they will not do any harm to you or your circumstances. And they will actually they will not try to harvest or harbor what is yours as theirs. But they will treat confirmation, that was a loud one. They will actually treat what's yours with respect, time, consideration, and a decency of not causing you to have to put in more work to be able to maintain what is already had by you. Rebels, let's go ahead and get you out of here. And it says, what did it say? Fines and unfair costs and restitutions. Oh, shit. Fine and unfair costs. Fines and unfair costs and restitutions. Baby, If you stay to this point of the overall message, you know how powerful that card coming out is. Because that speaks to the volume of the entire message. People are being fined. You were even fined. And there were unfair costs. There were unfair costs. The scales, it said the scales is being balanced, honey. It don't matter in which direction they turn that motherfucker. It does not matter. And ooh, and it, I believe that's demon. It's a sun. It's like a sun, honey. It does not matter. See, now they trying to get me to move this energy of the destruction, because it's like, oh no. Listen, it does not matter. North, west, south, southeast, southwest, whatever. It does not matter in which. Okay, so Spirit wanted me to say this. I was trying to figure out why the hell was it just so hard for me to get those words out. The reason why it's so hard for me to get the words out, there is not there's no two sides to every story. There's one story for many perceptions, many perspectives. There it is. There's one side to us, there's one story, but there's many perspectives. And that's what Spirit is telling me with the scale being balanced. There's only one story. There's only one existence and many perspectives. They want you to take that with you. So it says, whenever you talk to us, baby, whenever you talk to us, it never goes unheard. We hear every single word. This is your confirmation that we are assisting you, guiding you, and assuring your wishes finally come to fruition. Be patient. Everything will come together for you. Babe, look, I decree and I declare. Okay, better close out this message because look, okay, this with this. Ooh, okay, all right. Let me read this card first, and it's 2002. Mirroring numbers, right? 2002. And it says the void. You have more control over your life than you realize. Learn and execute what interests you. Turn things around. It's getting better with time. There are plenty of friends to make. So chill out, have fun, open up, and go outside. So Spirit said you ain't got no shortcomings when it comes to even the people who you had to let go. That space will be replaced with something better. It's kind of like, listen, why buy something just to say that you got the something when it's not the actual version of the something that you want? So be patient. So like if you want a specific couch, are you just gonna buy a random couch because you ain't got a couch, or are you gonna save until you can afford that couch that you actually want? We can't even make it into a car. Are you just gonna get a car just to have a car, or are you gonna save to get the actual car that you want? Because if you're looking at it the way that I'm seeing it, if you get a car just to have a car, but it's not the car that you want, how much energy did you waste on having a seat filler? Right, baby, but let me show you the card that came out with this boy. The death card, honey. Then we were speaking about the lesions, right? Okay, these seem to be like dragonflies to me. And notice how death is rooted, but there is a spirit that is being birthed from everything that has been rooted in this ground and the mountains behind you. Honey, go live your life. Go live your life. You are on a present moment to moment adventure. You have the memories just in the archives of your recollection of acknowledgement and what you can tap into if ever you need to understand something that's happening in your current, relatability case study. But don't hold on to it, because you can never relive those things. You can try to reenact those same moments, but it just like a crime scene documentary, it'll never give the same feel of the authenticity of what actually happened then. So rebels, I love you and I adore you, but you go ahead and go on about yourself. Go live your life. Go make it do what it needs to do for you, babe. Love you, rebels. Go rebels.